Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. Yesterday, Ndindi Nyoro addressed the nation. And Ndindi Nyoro almost said nothing during his address to the nation. But there's a revelation which Ndindi Nyoro made, which is significant politically speaking. Ndindi Nyoro shocked the entire country when he told them that the last time he spoke with President William Ruto was in October last year. That's significant politically speaking for two main reasons. Number one, Ndindi Nyoro is a close ally, very close, of the president. By that time, very few Kenyans had actually realized the fallout between Ndindi Nyoro and William Samoei Arap Ruto. Of course, on this channel, we had pointed it out. Ndindi Nyoro was one of the key players, people from the mountain who really facilitated and campaigned for William Ruto to defeat Uhuru Kenyatta in Mount Kenya. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua was also impeached in October, the same month William Ruto stopped talking to Ndindi Nyoro. Is it possible that Ndindi Nyoro and William Ruto disagreed over the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua? In this video, I want us to talk about why William Ruto refused to talk to Ndindi Nyoro.
Maybe for clarity's sake, the last discussion I had with the president of the country, the last political discussion, either a chat or a discussion as it were, was before October of last year.
Is why would William Ruto refuse to talk to Ndindi Nyoro from October? What made them to stop talking to each other? Because Ndindi Nyoro even revealed that even when he was being removed as the chair of the budget committee, none of the principals talked to him.
I also don't know. And I am saying it in good faith. I didn't come here to accuse anyone today, or I only came to set the record straight. No one in the leadership of our coalition, from whichever position, has ever called me in regards to the position, in regards to what I need to do better, in regards to what I need to change, in regards to things that needed to be done in a different manner. It's very good for me to put it into record because, as I said, I was holding this position knowing that I was serving Kenyans, so I am also answerable.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's significant politically speaking, and I want us to analyze it. Before we do it, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, now let me dive in. Why do you think William Ruto stopped talking to Ndindi Nyoro? Number one, in my view, is the feeling of betrayal. I think Ndindi Nyoro felt betrayed. Ndindi Nyoro saw William Ruto betraying the mountain. We've listened to Rigathi Gachagua talking about the betrayal. And the truth of the matter is that if you are keen, you'll realize that the entire mountain is very bitter and very angry with William Ruto. First of all, so many leaders from the mountain are being undermined, according to them. Development projects in the area are not being implemented. Remember, Ndindi Nyoro was appointed as the chair of the budget committee so that he could implement, he could facilitate budgetary allocation of funds to some of the development projects in the mountain. It was not happening. Then when he saw William Ruto impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, he felt betrayed. And because of that betrayal, Ndindi Nyoro And William Ruto failed out. And of course, William Ruto is also feeling that Ndindi Nyoro betrayed him. He wanted Ndindi Nyoro to help him during the finance bill as the chair of the budget committee. Ndindi Nyoro did not even vote on that day. Again, he reached out to Ndindi Nyoro before the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, and he told him, I want to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Please, I need your help. Ndindi Nyoro again ignored. So for William Ruto, he strongly believes that he played a critical role in Ndindi Nyoro's politics because Ndindi Nyoro succeeded. Comes from Kiaru. That's the home of who? Matiba, Peter Kenneth. In 2017, Ndindi Nyoro is one of the first leaders William Ruto identified in the mountain. Remember, in 2017, that's when William Ruto planned the takeover from Uhuru Kenyatta. He planted these people. Ndindi Nyoro was at that time. Then when Ndindi Nyoro was elected, he became very rich, very wealthy. Why? Because he became very close to President Ruto, who was then the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. So Ruto believes that Ndindi Nyoro is currently rich financially, has made progress politically because of his efforts. And therefore, he can just control Ndindi Nyoro the way he wants. In fact, if you are keen, you realize that at that time, William Ruto also started drifting away from Jicho Pevu. Have you seen Jicho Pevu around Ruto? Because Jicho Pevu, Ndindi Nyoro were very close, and they were very close together with William Ruto. So both sides are feeling betrayed. So that's number one. Number two, I think it's about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto made a decision that I'm impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. When it became clear that William Ruto was headed towards that direction, Rigathi Gachagua made the move and went to the mountain. And the mountain became very slippery for William Ruto. Politics is local. Ndindi Nyoro comes from the mountain. Probably he went and sat down with the president and told him, this venture is not going to be helpful. Please stop it. Ruto told him, just like he was telling others, for the issue of Rigathi, we'll impeach him 1 week, 2 weeks, people will make noise. The third week, fourth week, things will go back to normal. Ndindi Nyoro refused to listen. So the main reason why Ruto stopped talking to Ndindi is because he called him, sat him down on the issue of the finance bill. He didn't listen. Now again is coming to him with a very heavy assignment, which of course someone like the Kabete member of parliament, is it Kikuyu member of parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, took very fast. Ndindi Nyoro refused. So Ruto saw this guy, no, there is no point of me consulting him. There's no point of me working very closely with him. In fact, if anything, this guy, I'm going to punish him. So he just stopped talking to him. What Ndindi Nyoro failed to tell us is whether he also made attempts to reach to the president, and the president refused to pick his call. Because let's face it, in most cases, William Ruto is the president, and of course he can always call Ndindi Nyoro, but it was expected that it is Ndindi Nyoro who should be calling the president. Ndindi Nyoro did not tell us whether he called the president, but the president did not pick. We want to conclude here that maybe he called the president once, he called the president twice, third time, and then he said, this guy is not picking my call. So that's number two. Number three, I think Ruto lost trust and hope in Mount Kenya. The only person he now left trusting maybe is Kimani Ichung'wah. Of course, even that Kimani Ichung'wah, that trust might not be there. Remember how the mountain voted for William Ruto. Why do you think they voted for William Ruto like that? Because William Ruto convinced them. So William Ruto realized that if I could convince these guys to betray Uhuru, How sure am I that they will not betray me? So William Ruto started losing the trust. And you should have realized that by that time, William Ruto also stopped going to the mountain. So which means William Ruto's political interest changed. Mount Kenya were no longer part and parcel of his political schemes. And that's how Ndindi Nyoro became out of favor. Trust. Number 4, and I think this is the most important for Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro's political interest and that of Mount Kenya. Why do you think Ndindi Nyoro refused to support the finance bill? His political interest. Ndindi Nyoro did not want to cross the Gen Z line. He wanted, because the Gen Zs were totally against that finance bill. Supporting that finance bill would have put Ndindi Nyoro online with the Gen Zs. Now came the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Again, Kikuyu or Mount Kenya interest. If Ndindi Nyoro had supported the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, I'm 100% sure today his politics, just like that of Kimani Ichung'wah, would be done and dusted in Mount Kenya. Which means Ndindi Nyoro is nurturing political ambitions beyond Kiharu, spreading to Mount Kenya and even nationally. That's how I'm looking at it. And because of his interest, he didn't want to cross Mount Kenya path, cross the Gen Z line. Ndindi Nyoro is planning to run for the presidency in future. He didn't want to sabotage that because politics is local. For Ndindi Nyoro to succeed politically, and of course by that time it was clear that Rigathi was going to be impeached, which meant who was going to take Mount Kenya? That's why it's coming in. And lastly, there's the Mount Kenya failures. You know, Kenya Kwanza has failed so far in the eyes of Kenyans. They might do a lot of things, just as the way Uhuru Kenyatta did a lot of things for the mountain, but they never saw. That's the nature of Kenyans. They will never appreciate anything good. And because Kenya Kwanza has committed a lot of mistakes, the Gen Z protest, now the abductions, the economy is doing badly. Because of those and how Jubilee failures affected Raila Odinga, Ndindi Nyoro was trying or is trying to avoid carrying the burden. If he were to support that finance bill as the chair of the budget committee, he would carry that burden. He offloaded that burden by refusing. If he had impeached Rigathi Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro would be carrying that burden in the mountain. In fact, there was no way he would go to the mountain and convince the people of the mountain. And that's why someone like Professor Kithure Kindiki will find it very difficult to win the support of the mountain. And lastly, I think Ndindi Nyoro was also tired because William Ruto refused to listen to him. As the chair of the budget committee, he told Ruto, please let us do this. You know, Ruto the way he is. On the issue of impeachment of Rigathi, please let us not impeach him. Let us do it this way. He refused. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the reasons why Ruto and Ndindi Nyoro are not talking to each other. My predictions are 2. 1, either Ndindi Nyoro is going to be a presidential candidate, Mount Kenya presidential candidate in 2027, or he could be Trojan horse for William Ruto on the other side. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.